Welcome. I will first share the list, we will then talk about the list as a whole, lastly we go over each item in detail. Here is the list of tricks students use on each other. Number 1. Using their parents' wealth and power to gain friends. Number 2. Using their parents' wealth and power to get ahead. Number 3. Using their parents' voluntary leadership to their advantage. Number 4. Making others think they are not smart nor working hard at academics. Number 5. Pretend they cheat or actually cheat. Number 6. Using pet names for their friends. Number 7. Acting like they can fight to maintain bully status. Number 8. Ganging up on someone else by hiding behind their friends. Number 9. Using fake clothing brands or accessories in order to look fashionable. Number 10. Posing as being good at sports through bullying over talent, joining sports to look the part. Number 11. Using their parents' wealth and power to be an a-hole. Number 12. Convincing or daring someone to do something as a group, but leaving you standing. Number 13. Act drunk or high, or pretend they have a high tolerance, in order to laugh at others that lose control. Lowered inhibitions are only internal. Number 14. Do seemingly crazy or dangerous actions to get others to do more outrageous actions. Number 15. Hurt people to get others to join in and do dangerous things on their behalf. Number 16. Egg on a fight just to continue their own enjoyment of the chaos. Now let's review the list as a whole. Notice that in every example mentioned previously, there is a common theme. That theme has 2 points I want to make clear. Point A. Using something they did not earn or deservedly possess, to prop up themselves due to their own insecurities. Yes, they may own the clothes they wear, but they were not the ones that bought it with their own money. It was their parents' money. Point B. Taking advantage of others' insecurities to further themselves. Why do you think they need to do this? It is their own insecurities they must feed. What do you need to do? First off, recognize what it is and why by focusing on the previous 2 points I've made. Do yourself a huge favor at a very young age. Stop right now at caring what others think, especially those your own age. The sooner you can learn to do this, the happier you will be. Does this mean stopping caring about yourself, what you do, and what you say that make you a good person? Absolutely not. But beyond the initial sting of rebuke, if you put your self-worth in the hands of others and their opinion, you will never allow yourself to grow, and you will stay a prisoner to someone else's thoughts and opinions. Being a student throughout your learning years, you will struggle with insecurity, because you are coming into being trying to figure life out. You will look at ways to inflate your confidence and feel good about yourself and your acceptance from others. It's like being dropped onto a map and trying to figure out which way to go, without realizing the roads leading to shiny new toys are not the ones you should be taking because they are deceptive. Once you stop listening to those trying to make you fail, you will stop failing. Eckhart Tolle mentions in his book, The Power of Now, a book I will explore in later lessons, wherever you are, be there totally. What this means is that if you dwell on what others are thinking, you will allow yourself to be just that, and your mental focus will be there. That in itself will exclude you from enjoying the now and using it to get out of the past or away from a predefined future, or self-fulfilling prophecy, that we fear. One pointer I want to give you. Learn all the lessons. They each build on each other. As a young person, you will naturally feel awkward, embarrassed, curious about what others think about in terms of the way you look, act, what you say, who you align yourself with. You may wonder if they see something wrong with you. You may feel like something is wrong with you. Get over it. You may wonder if you are crazy. Guess what? The popular ones probably are. Be crazy and embrace it. When you hide nothing, then you are truly free. Stop caring about others' thoughts. Getting looks from people is not always a bad thing. Chances are, they are following one of the earlier lessons about eye contact. Get comfortable with eye contact, giving and receiving, but with a smile. I say allow yourself to be crazy, but I'm not giving you a license to do anything harmful. It is all about how you feel internally. Acting a little crazy but still being respectful to others is key. Successful business leaders and celebrities throw in a little crazy or eccentric to give color to their personality and make others feel good and happy. It is an element that makes them successful. Here is a movie clip to make my point. This one is starring Brad Pitt, who is a master of playing crazy. He is funny and enjoyable and works little quirks into all of his acting that make him a superstar. Just learn to laugh, smile, or wink a little after your quirks to let people know you are conscious of what you are doing. Here it goes. One point I want to make about Brad Pitt. He does these little quirks in just about every movie, not just the ones where he is playing a crazy person. He has been super successful because of it, and even acts this way in interviews and around friends. It is magic I just shared with you. Just learn to laugh, smile, or wink a little after your quirks to let people know you are conscious of what you are doing. Try these 2 exercises. They feed onto each other. Number 1, keep a gratitude journal. There are plenty of phone apps. Make a habit of capturing at least one in the morning and one before bed. If the lunch lady says something nice to you, write it down. If you get a smile from the neighbor on the way to school, write it down. If you cannot find your work assignment, but suddenly shows up at the last minute, write it down. Number 2, keep an anxiety/distraction log. There are probably better names for these, but this one allows you to track your fears, or more precisely those events that take you into a thought process out of the now. Here is where the 2 can be used to play on one another. Use your ability to catch yourself drifting into thought triggered by something of fear or from something someone says or does that is hurtful. Capture it with number 2, then squash it by taking advantage of number 1 when you find yourself falling into the trap of thinking about what is hurtful. Use the gratitude journal to fill your thoughts with something positive and to switch your focus to now. This is mental reprogramming. What it is not is a game to attempt to outweigh the anxiety journal with an equivalent reflection of what is in the gratitude journal. Do not ever think of it that way. This is intended to work on your own thought patterns and change them. What I find is that people that try this end up forgetting to journal. That is the goal. It typically takes about a month but requires commitment and dedication. And it is not a one-time thing. Use it when you need it. Celebrities and ultra-wealthy people do the same exact thing but spend millions through Scientology. It is called auditing and takes expensive equipment, financial commitment to a propped-up belief system, and a trained Scientologist auditor to do the exact same thing you can do for free. Why would those that have almost everything in their lives going for them, spend ungodly amounts of money and gain such an unwavering belief system, putting wedges in their families, if it did not have some merit in their lives? Last point I want to make is this: the idea is to get you thinking about what you are doing at the exact moment. If you have nothing to do, get busy doing something and focus on it. You essentially want to eliminate thinking about the past and future and only think about now. Have good thoughts, go ahead, but the minute you start thinking about something painful, stop and redirect. Meditation is a helpful technique but beyond the scope of this lesson. In the meantime, purposely fill your schedule with something to focus on, then stick to the schedule. You will find this will keep you happy. Now let us recap the individual items in the list with more detail. Number 1. Using their parents' wealth and power to gain friends. Number 2. Using their parents' wealth and power to get ahead. They have an advantage, you do not. Do you really want a shortcut over your own personal accomplishment? You do not need it with the lessons I give you. Realize that and learn to hit your golf ball without a handicap. Number 3. Using their parents' voluntary leadership to their advantage. Coaches, teachers, scout leaders, and others are there for one purpose: their own child. Granted, they may love working with children, but work hard for your recognition. Don't go undeserving. Number 4. Making others think they are not smart nor working hard at academics. This one surprised me. I felt like I got the lower grades, lower test scores, and got out of school more slowly than my friends by imitating what I thought they were doing. Do not fall into this trap. Number 5. Pretend they cheat or actually cheat. The biggest self-defeating scam in school. Nobody wins this game, even if it advances you on paper. Don't do it. Number 6. Using pet names for their friends. How many times have you heard nicknames or code names for people? This is common among close friends, but also a technique for making outsiders scratch their heads and not feel like they belong. Number 7. Acting like they can fight to maintain bully status. Tough guy mentality maybe intimidates but does not impress. Especially coming of age. The bully in school is usually left behind or forgotten in early adulthood. Oh, and they are laughed at too. These people are usually full of hot air anyway. Have you actually seen them fight? And if so, did they gain anything from it other than to up their intimidation status? Grow up. Number 8. Ganging up on someone else by hiding behind friends. These people like to take advantage of herd mentality. Getting their friends to do it for them, while sitting back and feeding off their coolness. Is a 3-on-1 really something to strive for? Number 9. Using fake clothing brands or accessories in order to look fashionable. Some students will buy fake brand names, usually from China, that look exactly like the real brand. Brands do not make you fashionable. Having fashionable clothes does not require a label. One can shop at Goodwill and look super fashionable without anyone ever suspecting a thing. YouTube can help. Number 10. Posing as being good at sports through bullying over talent and joining sports to look the part. Being a badass on the field does not make you good at sports. Unsportsmanlike conduct is not being good at sports. Kids will still try. Also, just being on the team in order to wear the jersey or leather jacket also does not elevate your sports status. Face it, there are good athletes on the team, maybe a handful. Most of the others are there for glory anyway. Starting off with a team, take the self-made spotlight away from yourself. Most kids or others do not notice you as much as you think they do. What they will notice is the trepidation you put on yourself. Try reading The Subtle Art of Not Giving AF, a counterintuitive approach to living a good life. Number 11. Using their parents' wealth and power to be an asshole. Flaunting wealth and belittling others is very cheap. Yes, having wealth and power, or being associated with it in your family, is a great boost to ego and confidence, but again, it is inflated, and makes up for many other insecurities. Being with truly successful people, you would never know it, other than the fact that you can feel it somehow, through their ability to make you feel special and appreciated, and you walking away saying what a cool person. It is these traits that make them successful. The next 4 I will do as a group with the same response. Number 12. Convincing or daring someone to do something as a group, but leaving you standing. Number 13. Act drunk or high, or pretend they have a high tolerance, in order to laugh at others that lose control. Number 14. Do seemingly crazy or dangerous actions to get others to do more outrageous actions. Number 15. Hurt people to get others to join in and do dangerous things on their behalf. Do not let others control the outcome of your life in a bad way. Looking cool in front of your friends is not worth ruining your own life. And you giving in to their destructive temptation only makes you look like a fool over being cool. Stand your ground and be the reasonable and strong one. Now that is cool. Lastly, getting drunk or high may help you to feel uninhibited and confident, but only to you internally. Chances are you are just looking foolish and out of character. Our lessons help you feel uninhibited and confident without the need of supplementation. Nothing breeds uncool like someone yakking their brains out, tripping over their own feet, or worse, causing an accident. Chances are the others are not doing it as much as just pretending they are. Number 16. Egg on a fight just to continue their own enjoyment of the chaos. Fights are somewhat diabolically entertaining. We all get an underlying thrill out of seeing one, admit it, but would prefer not to be in one. The Romans knew this and used it to control and take advantage of their population. It gives you an adrenaline rush whether you want it or not. Seeing blood spill, that is not yours, is a scary thrill at our instinctual level. I would never condone fighting, but what I would suggest is taking a self-defense course or martial arts program. Getting hit in the face is not as bad as it may seem, and getting a black eye may get you labeled as a fighter, but not necessarily a loser. Any boxer will tell you that on the way to winning championship fights, they've endured many a black eye. The major difference is that most students do not know how to fight correctly anyway, so getting in a good shiner is usually a stroke of luck or from brute force, and brute force fighting is a major waste of energy and oxygen. This is why professional boxers try to outlast the other from doing the bare minimum and focusing on protecting themselves. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel to continue your journey of taking control of your life journey.